Yo, what is up, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG, and what I got for today, guys, is going to be probably the last deck profile of this rotation. Now, this is the other deck that I had built when I went to my last League Cup that I got top 4 in, and I decided to go with my Blacephalon deck. If you guys want to see that, that'll be at the end card of this video. But the reason why I went with that one is I searched for the cards more than anything, and I don't feel like this one's done exactly. And I just kind of felt more comfortable with Blacephalon. I have played a lot of Zoroarks in my time, but, I decided just to go with that. I am going to miss Zoroark. I'm going to miss that card. I know people like to cry and complain about Zoroark. That's kind of like the thing, DC, Zoroark, Marshadow, whatever. I've even seen people complain about Guzma. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I'm going to miss the deck, so I decided to have the last deck be something I really enjoy that is going to be leaving. So if you do enjoy the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and let's go ahead and hop right into it here, taking a look, of course, at the main attacker, which is going to be Zoroark. I just hit the camera, I apologize. But yeah, Zoroark has trade, and it just allows you to discard a card from your hand and then draw 2. And then, of course, it has Righteous Beating. Does 20 for each Pokemon you have in play. You really can't do the GX attacks. I'm not going to really focus with that. But so we have a 4/4 line of that. And this is where I think the list is probably different. And I just kind of improvised with it. So I have a 1/1 Persian, and then I have a 2/2 Slowking. I think this is actually supposed to look a little more like this, where like you have a 2/2 Persian and a 1/1 Slowking. Anytime I've ever seen Slowking at all, it's basically been a 1/1 line. But Slowking, it's actually in here just for the fire matchup. It has Psychic, it does 60, and then 20 more for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So you can do a considerable amount of damage. If you choice ban this, you can pretty much one-shot Reshizard, which is really nice. It does a lot of damage. Just a water attacker more than anything. And then we have Persian GX. It has the ability Catwalk. Once during a turn, whenever one of your Pokemon GX or EX is knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them in your hand. So basically, you just, whenever like one of your Zoroarks goes down, you can just search your deck for, whatever you want, any 2 cards, and then put them in your hand. So I think this is actually supposed to be a 2/2 because I don't know. I think that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure, guys. So I kind of went with what I had. All right, camera, you can focus. You got this. You got this. I believe in you. Right? Yeah, there we go. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much like the main Pokemon line. That we have a couple Tapu Lele. Don't really need to go too much into detail on what that does. We have a Ditto to kind of help with our stage 1s. Alolan Muk is in here for a little disruption. And then I'm going to round out the deck with a Marshadow. Of course, Let Loose. It's basically Judge. And so you just kind of get the both players shuffle their hand into their decks and draw 4. For the supporters now, we have, it's pretty generic. We have 4 Lillie, 3 Guzma, and then we have 2 Acerola. We have 2 Professor Kukui to kind of help with some numbers, there. And then we have 1 Cynthia, 1 Judge, and then 1 Mallow, because having Persian and Mallow just seems cool. And the general strategy of the deck really is you just kind of play it like a typical Zoroark deck, and then you have Slowking and also Persian for that matter. Persian actually has a couple attacks I didn't cover. But yeah, it has attack Vengeance, it does 10. And then what it does is this attack does 20 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. You can't add more than 180 in that way, but still it does a good amount of damage. And then its GX attack is you do 150 and you switch. So I mean, you put a triple acceleration energy on it, you can do 150, 180 if you have a choice band. So that's actually pretty good. Then we have 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Nest Ball, 4 Pokemon Communication. We have 3 Choice Band, 2 Rescue Stretcher, a Fill Blower to get rid of those Wishful Batons, Pal Pad to shuffle our supporters back in, and then we're going to round out the deck with 4 DCE and 4 TCE, basically. And that is the deck, guys. Really, like, this deck is so simple. Like, I mean, Zoroark's been played a ton over the past, couple years. I think it's been a couple years. It's been a couple years because time flies in this game. But yeah, I didn't really need to go too much into detail on it. I mean, you go in with Zoroark. If it's a fire deck, you can, set up Slowking, do some nonsense there. But I feel like this deck probably wasn't built exactly right. And that's why I just kind of went with my Blacephalon deck, because, that I'm just more comfortable with it. I mean, I ended up getting top 4. I don't know how I would have done if I played this. There's no telling, but I'm happy with what I went with still. I wanted to play this deck a little more, and so I'm probably going to do that, online probably more than anything. But I wanted to go ahead and cover this deck, guys. That is going to do it for the deck profiles for this rotation. If you did enjoy the video, guys, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also, go check out my second channel if you would like to do that. And honestly, man, it's been real, Zoroark. I mean, there's been a lot of good and a lot of bad times with you. I didn't cry about your existence like a lot of people, and I'm going to miss you, my friend. So, yeah, take care, guys. I love you. This is Pokemon TCG. signing out.